Hello, and thank you for joining us again. I am so excited to show you this magnificent property. If you have been dreaming of a self-sustaining lifestyle, Chip and Joanna Gaines have nothing over this property here. This really could be a paradise. In fact, I see a big sign on the buildings that says Paradise Farms up here. It really is a magnificent place. I have the owner here, Lily Ray, back, and we are so excited to have her tell us a little bit about this property and the self-sustaining natures. Let's start with this incredible orchard and what you have growing here.
Well, everything that I have is sustainable. So we've got your aspen, and of course the bark on aspen are usable. We've got our orchard out here, and I've got all different kinds of fruits. They're past the point that the deer are eating. They're on the trail of the deer, lots of deer around. Get to see them all the time. This is a sumac tree, so I've got sumacs, and the buds from the sumacs are also edible. You can have those as jams. So I've got comfrey over here, periwinkle over here. All of them, of course, are used in herbal remedies. Anywhere you go, it's usable. Everything out here is edible and usable.
And that's what I love about what you've done here, Lily. So you've literally created from scratch. You built this home in 2005, and this is your dream. And what you've done here is literally everything that went into the ground has a purpose. So the herbs, the flowers, the cut perennials, everything can be sold to gourmet restaurants, to farmers markets, everywhere.
Yeah,
so
I've got elderberry bushes here, and I've got hawthorn berries over there, and you put those two together with my currant bushes over there, and you have a really good heart remedy. So it's all for,
Yes,
whatever you need to do with it.
It's all useful.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
so let's turn really quick to the house here. So you've got these shutters, these European style shutters, and tell me about those, what they do.
Well, I lived in Europe, and they had them everywhere. They're called European roll style shutters. So they come down and cover the whole window, and you are unable to push them up from the outside, so they're locked down. They're insulated so that they keep the heat out and the cool in, and you can open them so that there's light that will actually come through the shutters.
Oh, wonderful. So incredible. And so Chelsea, let's get a shot here of the barn building here. Now we've got extra vehicles here because Lily has two spaces, actually, one in the barn that she rents out at Airbnb, and then the entire basement heretofore had been Airbnb rental. We are not staging that as such, and she's not going to have renters during the listing because we're anticipating that somebody that buys the home would want that space. And so we'll take pictures of that later. But let's scoot over to the back of the house, to the pasture. I want Lily to tell us a little bit more about the solar, the well, and all the sustainable features in the back. Now we are on the back side of this incredible 3.67 acres.
6.1.
3.61 acres that goes all the way back here to the river. So all this is pasture. You could have cattle, you could have horses, and we'll get the horse that's running around here in the back. But we also have all of these grow boxes that are back here with herbs and vegetables and things in a greenhouse. So I'm going to let Lily tell us a little bit about this.
This is my pussy willow. I've got two of them on each side, and they're just amazing. I love them. I've got wildflowers all throughout, and in here I've got St. John's wort over there. Of course, anybody depressed, that's a really good plant for you. I've got a grapevine right here making an archway over a little path. My boxes, I liked them like old English style.
Yes, very romantic.
The herbs in each of the boxes are culinary herbs and just profuse. Grow
so
all
beautiful.
the time. I've got my garlic coming up and my onion right there. You can see them already. And then I've got sweet williams over there. And everywhere you look, there's just wildflowers or herbs. And
so beautiful. And we are going to include some pictures. Lily has some pictures of the yard in full bloom in all of its glory, and we will include those. Please keep in mind, obviously, this is early spring. We're still at the beginning of April, so the yard is just waking up from a long winter's nap, and I promise it is just splendid. As you'll be able to see, we'll reference those pictures that we'll add on to the MLS. Lots of country kitties wanted to be in the shot, who just walked past us. But we've got so more grow beds over here and some tanks. I'm going to let Lily talk about those for a second.
This is my propane, of course, and they're owned by me. So 2 1,000-gallon tanks, and then this is a diesel for the tractor, and that is a 500-gallon tank. And then over here you see a metal plate. That metal plate is the top of my cistern, which holds 4,000 gallons of water. So it runs from the well, goes into the cistern, and then into the house. So you'll never be out of water. This whole system is set up on solar, and then the house heat and water are all solar with backup batteries. And then I've got 46 panels up on the barn that are hooked in with public service or Rocky Mountain service, so that they actually offset anything that I'm not making, and basically we're self-sustaining. Well, we are self-sustaining here.
And that is the miracle of this property, truly, folks. If you are a Mother Earth News subscriber or have dreamt about living this country gentleman farm sustainable lifestyle, this is it. Solar, well, just phenomenal growing fields to grow anything. Lily was telling me that there are, if you put it to an employee, every aspect of this property that could generate income. With the Airbnbs, there's 2 separate areas, or even if you just had one and you did all the other things that she already has in motion, this property could actually sustain $150,000 income by just living off the land here, as well as providing for yourself and your family. So there aren't very many properties like this around anymore. Developers and builders are buying them up as fast as we can find them. And to be able to buy something like this for $699, incredible, with all of the things that she's already got started here. You do not need to start from scratch. This is a sustainable lifestyle waiting for you out here in beautiful Paradise, Utah. I just wanted to quickly show you this picturesque, this is seriously, you can't Photoshop this kind of a view and this kind of scenery out here. This is beautiful, and we're going to have a visitor. Lily, what's his name?
Linda.
Oh, Linda, she.
Yeah, she's
It's a beautiful Pasifino, and she is so beautiful. So, folks, I'm telling you, this is the lifestyle that you don't need to dream about anymore. It is waiting here for you in paradise, literally in paradise. And back here where the trees are, this is a river that flows back there. Fishing and all kinds of splashing around back there can be had, and all this property could be yours. So we're going to go now to the top side of the barn, where Lily has a special grow room where she has created an incredible environment to grow specialty vegetables indoors.
I just was going to mention that I cut this hay field. I've got all the equipment to do it, and that goes with the property as well. And I also hire out a man that cuts 5 or 6 other tracts of land. So that's one of the sources of income is a little small bale hay business. A lot of the farms around here sold their big properties, and the new homeowners can't do anything with their fields, and so they don't want them to turn into weeds and things. So that's where we come in, and we, bale hay and cut it and make a useful piece of land for them instead of weeds.
Fantastic. So not only is this property self-sustaining, but you could really have a comfortable income. So you could be self-sustaining and organic in complete style. So let's go now to the top of the barn and check out that amazing grow room. So one of the most wonderful things about everything grown on this property is that it is grown in the most natural way possible. And what Lily has accomplished here in this growing room is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to let her take it away now and explain the processes of what is going on here that we're seeing in these raised beds.
I've got 3 40-foot by 4-foot beds, and then I've got a smaller 20 by 5 bed. And in each of these beds, you will be able to grow food for 10 people for a year round.
Goodness.
My idea in doing this, though, was to be able to grow food as the weather climate changes, and maybe you have a really late spring or an early winter. Something in that category would destroy the ability to have food. So this is a sustainable uh, situation for many families. But in the meantime, I am experimenting with growing strawberries indoors and have actually approached the local grocery store, and they are so excited to slice my strawberries that are so to grow to the size of a good sized peach, and then I'll slice them, dip them in chocolate, and freeze dry them and package them with the shrink wrap and then sell them at the market. So that's what I'll do in the meantime.
One more form of income for this incredible space. So we've got skylight tubes coming down so it has the proper lighting. We have insulation here to protect against winter. And then we also have extra lighting areas here over the actual beds for grow lights. How do you water this, Lily?
By hand.
Okay. So
now that's the next project. Every year I do more and more and more, but it's not difficult. I have a bathroom up here, and I just took a hose onto the bathroom faucet, and because you're indoors, it isn't needing as much water.
So. Wonderful. And let's walk back here and check out this bed where things are actually growing. So we've got the strawberry starts coming up here, and they look how happy they look.
Well, I just brought these in from outside. We're just coming out of spring, so like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting with it to see how it's going to work. And it looks like the strawberries are going to be a good situation in here. So.
And all organic soil mix here as well. And Lily was talking about outside, even those grow boxes are called the Back to Eden method, where you just are layering mulch. And the soil underneath seriously looks like molasses. It is like the black gold that we dream about for gardening. It is absolutely perfect. So this is just one of the amazing features, literally, of a self-sustaining lifestyle that could be yours. And now we're actually going to go inside and show you that. Well, actually, first, no, we got to see the chickens.
Yeah.
We got to see the chickens because that is a fantastic business for kids. I'll let Lily talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Here we are with the lovely ladies out here, and I'm going to let Lily tell you a little bit about her babies.
Well, I have different breeds of chickens here, and I chose the chickens that would actually be the heaviest in weight and produce the most eggs. So they're good for butchering and they're good for laying eggs. These girls are a year, some of them are 2 years. So you rotate them, and I've got a little hen sitting on eggs right now, and one just hatched this morning, so I'll tell you about that. But I've got bunnies in here. I've got 2 little rabbits that love to be with the girls, and 2 roosters. One's a little bantam rooster, and one's a big red rooster, and everybody just gets along great. We'll show you their yard.
You can't have country living without the chickens. They are so fun. Fresh organic eggs. Oh, look, and there's more out here. Pretty.
I keep them pinned up because they are, I call them tractors. They're chicken tractors, so I don't like them destroying all my garden beds. But with any lawn mowing that I do, I rotate the days, and I just bring the clippings to my girls here, and all of my leftover, I grow so much lettuce and so much kale and so much collard greens, and they just eat all summer with that. And then through the winter, I give them, you can see the hay over there, and they'll eat the hay that came from my field. So
and I bet the eggs are that beautiful, rich orange because of all the nutrients they're getting, and that's what we want.
They are, and I've got, some of these girls are laying twins, so they've got huge eggs with 2 yolks in them. So
what about the bunnies? Do they lay eggs?
Actually, they're not Easter bunnies.
Yeah.
This is Tay-Tay.
Yeah. Oh, so cute. So precious. All of your kids, seriously, think about the experience your children would have in an environment like this where they're living the dream of being able to be outside, connecting with nature every day. Oh, look at, they think my toes are caterpillars. Um, and what I love about it is that there's harmony here. So everything has a purpose. Everything is living together in harmony.
Here's my rooster.
Beautiful symphony of a lifestyle that you could have out here. Look at the sun hitting those mountains over there. Just incredible. This entire valley is so spectacular. It looks like something out of a postcard.
I was going to say too, my rooster is just an amazing, wonderful rooster. It's hard to get a kind rooster, and a lot of times they'll come at you and spur you, but he's just a really good rooster, so I'm excited to have
Well,
him.
because you're his mama and you're so nice. You done good. Here we are inside in one of the guest bedrooms, and we promised you a sneak peek at the newest spring arrival here on Paradise Farm. I'm going to let Lily tell you about her.
Well, let me walk over here first. I brought my little mama inside. She's a bantam, so she's smaller than the other hens, and the big hens were laying on 8 eggs and kind of rotating. One would get off to eat, and somebody else would take it over. Well, the last 3 days, my little bantam was fighting all of them, and she won. This morning I came in, and she had a little chick underneath her.
Oh.
So I picked her up.
Oh.
It's in her wing.
Oh.
There it is.
Oh.
So I picked her up, and the little chick started to peep.
Oh.
And so I went and got this basket, and I put her in it and brought her in the house. But as I was doing this, all the other chickens were talking and squawking, and they were so excited, and they're all in there laying down and wanting to have their chicks hatch and their eggs, and they're all excited.
Cute.
So
I'm probably jealous. There's
yeah,
probably
they're
some
very
jealousy going
yeah.
on.
I could tell they were jealous. They're like, wait a minute, we were sitting on this and you took it. But
So fun.
the littlest one won.
Oh, so sweet.
So she's the proud
just
mama.
Absolutely picturesque. What a lifestyle. What a life here.
Yeah.
You've been dreaming about the living in the Wild West. Here it is, folks. Not so wild, but very west and very gentleman's farm, very accessible.
Yeah, it is. Everything's just flow. It's set up to move
Yeah.
and flow, and
Yeah.
it's easy now. I did all the hard stuff.
See, you hear that? She did all the hard stuff. All you have to do is pay for it and come now enjoy it.